The only yeah, DeSantis. What's up, DJ? Well, she's on break. Looks like she's on break. What is original family American? Well, maybe not. Am I allowed to? I have a question. DJ.
Lauren Reed, how can I help you? Unmute your device. Lauren Reed, how can I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I came in the wrong courtroom. I was looking for my phone hearing.
Okay, have a good day.
Good afternoon.
How's it going, Count? Good afternoon, APA.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shark. How are you doing, sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nice to see you this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your
See
Honor.
you too. Good afternoon, APA, right? Mr. Shark, counsel, how can, what matter are you here on?
I'm here on Angela Randolph.
Okay, let me see if we can go over and handle that one first. Let me get to the DDC, see if we'll call women first, and then we're gonna go back to the male side, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Also, we have present, everyone is Magistrate Burton, our new magistrate. I'll zoom out so everybody can see her.
Good afternoon, Magistrate Burton.
Good
Nice to
afternoon,
meet you.
everyone.
Nice you could call Mr. Reagan.
Good afternoon, DDC. Good afternoon, DDC. Can we bring Angela Randolph first to the female side, please?
Susan Harvey.
Okay, good. DDC, could we bring the female Randolph first, please, on the female side? And then that's the only female we have retained counsel. Is that okay?
Yeah, let me show you this side.
All right, we got the camera open. Thank you, Officer Green.
Oh, you know,
See the attention. Say your full name, man.
Angela Randolph.
Good afternoon, ma'am. You're here on case 250-55361, People State of Michigan versus Angela Trishelle Randolph, also known as Angela Randolph. Appearance for the people.
Samuel A. Ragland, Your Honor, P23-157 on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephen Shard, P43732 on behalf of Ms. Randolph.
Thank you. Good afternoon to both of you. Counsel, you've advised Ms. Randolph of her constitutional rights. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. We'll wait for a reading of the warrant and stand mute.
Thank you. Court, wait formal reading under plea of not guilty. Scheduling 2 court dates. Ms. Randolph, you must attend both. Probable cause via Zoom. January 29th. That's a Wednesday, 8:30, 36th District Court, Judge Giles. You have a right to a preliminary examination in person the following Wednesday, February 5th, 8:30, Judge Giles, both 36th District Court. And not guilty plea is entered as the bond from the people.
Well, yeah, and the people are asking for $150,000 cash surety bond. If she's able to post a bond, we're asking for a tether with home arrest. Very assaultive matter, Your Honor. The complaining witness was at a nail salon, Your Honor, about 3:45, around 4:45 p.m. The defendant comes in. The complaining witness is getting ready to leave. She goes over to the defendant and says, "Tell your mother to leave." And with that, the defendant says to her, "Do you want to die?" And the complaining witness says, "What did you say?" And she goes, "Do you want to die?" And with that, the manager of the nail salon escorted the two ladies out of the building. The complaining went to her car, got in her car. When the defendant pulled out a gun, he fired a shot through the driver's side window, then fired a second shot through the shield, Your Honor. The complaining witness says the bullets went by her head. So thank goodness, thank God that she was not injured. But an extremely assaultive matter, Your Honor, and it just shows what a danger this defendant is, not only to the complaining witness, but to anyone that talks to her in a negative way or gives her some problems. So we believe to protect the complaining witness, to protect the public, and for the serious nature of this charge, that $150,000 cash surety is the appropriate bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shard. Response, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 37 years old. She's a lifetime resident of this area. She has no prior record whatsoever. She is employed for the past 3 years at Ford Motor Company, one of the three major car companies. She has a child, and she has made numerous, and I mean numerous, reports against this victim. She even had a PPO against the victim at the time of this matter, which I have evidence of. This is an ongoing thing where the victim has been stalking my client. I'm not making any excuses for what happened on that day. However, my client was at the nail shop before she even got there. And respectfully asking, Your Honor, due to the fact that she has no prior record, she had a valid CPO. She believed her life was in danger with that individual being there, the victim. Therefore, requesting a bond in the amount of $10,000, 10%, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may.
Your response, yes, go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, the defendant certainly found her to her car or pull out a gun and shoot at her. All of this is on video, Your Honor. She could have walked away the other direction or not even pulled out a gun whatsoever. But she chose not to. She chose to try to kill this person, and I think she's a danger.
Thank you. Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Randolph, you got good counsel, has advocated well on your behalf today. And I do consider a number of things, Ms. Randolph. These are extremely serious assaultive allegations, specifically count one, which is taken into consideration. Also, as indicated by your counsel, you have no previous record, criminal or capious. And these are allegations at this point, also taken into consideration. Where I have high concerns, Ms. Randolph, are a number of things. I do find there's a high likelihood of conviction for a number of reasons. Not only do we have allegations, as indicated by witnesses that were there present at the scene, but also there's information to support their statements based on certain video footage that was alleged to have been observed. And this video footage is alleged to show you pull out a handgun, produce a handgun from your coat pocket, and fire in the direction of this complaining witness's vehicle. And this individual was in there, PPO or not, this individual was in their vehicle. Not that I see making any assaultive gestures or motions towards yourself, where it's alleged you pulled out a weapon out of your coat pocket and began to fire at that individual. Also, what is alleged in the investigator's report, which is highly concerning, prior to this, you threatened the individual on a number of occasions, stating, quote, "Do you want to die today?" Then allegations, as the complaining witness has indicated, is that she felt rounds go past her head, and information alleged that a vehicle was struck. So the concerns are that we have allegations of you threatening to kill this individual, or at least questioning and making certain threats, firing shots that was seen on video, hitting a vehicle allegedly that caused damage. And then we have a complaining witness that indicated she felt rounds go past her head. And as stated, the video footage apparently supported this. So in order to set an unaffordable cash bond, the court must find by clear and convincing evidence you are either a danger to a particular individual, a flight risk, and or a danger to the society. Here, given lack of history, but the very assaultive allegations with a high likelihood of conviction, the court finds by clear and convincing evidence you are a danger to the complaining witness and the public at whole, having fired off allegedly rounds at this individual while attempting, while in a vehicle and not what I'm aware of any proximity close to you. For those reasons, a bond is going to be set intentionally unaffordable in the amount of $100,000 cash or surety with the following conditions. During this bond, there is no use of any alcohol, no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. You're not to go anywhere near the Star Nail Salon on the Meyer Road in Detroit. Absolutely no contact with the complaining witness, Ms. Cohen, and that's no contact of any kind, orally and writing. Please put your hands down, please. Pay attention, ma'am, Ms. Randolph. Thank you. No contact with Ms. Cohen is no contact of any kind, orally and writing through a third party at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact. And to ensure their safety, if you're able to post bond, you will be fit with a GPS tether prior to being released. That will place you under house arrest. Work release. If provide employment status to the tether unit, you will be allowed to go to work and work only. If you go anywhere near Ms. Cohen or that Star Nail Salon, it's a violation of the court's bond, subject to get you picked up without a warrant, have your bond conditions forfeited and or revoked. Counsel Shard, that's unaffordable, sir. Is it unaffordable?
It's probably unaffordable, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to schedule an unaffordable bond redetermination hearing 2 days from today, January 23rd, 2025, 9 a.m. via Zoom in front of Chief Judge McConico or someone in his stead. At that date, Ms. Randolph, you'll have counsel present, and if you're unable to post bond, you'll be able to re-argue bond on the 23rd at 9 a.m. via Zoom. Ms. Randolph or counsels, any questions on court dates or bond conditions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck to everybody. Good to see you.
Thank you, Mr.
You
Chair.
too. You too. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Burton.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Mr. Shark, I'm sorry.
Okay, DDC, thank you. We'll meet you on the mail side. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Susan Harvey.
Thank you, Mr. Hurd. It looks like, Madam Clerk, that the issue's been resolved, just to let you know for the bonds, if we could try hers again.
You said this, huh? This is people of the state of Michigan versus Toussaint Christopher Harvey, also known as Toussaint C. Harvey,
Yes.
Toussaint Harvey, and Toussaint C. Harvey. Case number 25-055-360. And who's representing the people?
Good afternoon, Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Ms. Coyle, and for the defense.
Judge, good afternoon. May it please this honorable court, deliberating 257-156 on behalf of Mr. Toussaint Harvey. We waive the formal reading. Your Honor, stand muted this time.
Okay, waive the formal reading of the information, and a not guilty plea will be entered. The probable cause conference is scheduled before Judge Robbins on January 28th at 8:30 by Zoom. And Mr. Harvey, you have a right to a preliminary examination, which is scheduled for February 4th, 2025, before Judge Taylor, also at 8:30. That will be in person, sir. Do you understand those dates,
Yes.
Esteban?
Your Honor, the people have no objection to a $5,000 personal bond in this matter. This is non-assaultive. I do not see a criminal history for Mr. Harvey. His CPL has expired in February of '24.
No objection to that, your request, Your Honor, for personal bond.
Hearing no objection from the defense, bond will be set at $5,000 personal. Mr. Harvey, you will have some conditions that you will have to follow. Sir, you may not possess or purchase a firearm or any other dangerous weapon.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about your court date or about your bond conditions, sir?
What's the dates again, please?
Again, you have a probable cause conference scheduled for January the 28th at 8:30. That will be before Judge Robbins. Then you have a right to a preliminary examination. That will be in person on February the 4th, 2025 at 8:30, and that is scheduled before Judge Taylor. You got it?
Right. That's at the 36th District Court?
Yes, they're both in this court.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions that you have, sir?
No, ma'am.
And you understand your bond conditions, correct?
Yes.
Do we have anything else from either the defense or prosecution?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing from defense, thank you.
Okay, thank you both. Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Have a good day.
So, this one, well.
Yeah, right.
Brandon Harris.
We will get the bond conditions. Yep, we got you too. Good afternoon, Mr. Harris.
Oh, good afternoon.
Here, one moment, please. Mr. Harris, you're on case 250-55011, People State of Michigan with Brandon Marcus hyphen Franklin Harris, also known as Brandon Franklin Harris, Brandon Franklin Harris. Transfer the people.
Good afternoon, Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Afternoon.
On behalf of Mr. Harris, waive the formal reading, stand mute, he's advising his rights, Judge.
Good afternoon. Court waive formal reading. I'm going to plead not guilty. Mr. Harris, I'm scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend both probable cause via Zoom. January 29th, Wednesday, 8:30, 36th District Court, Judge Jakay. You have a right to a preliminary examination in person, February 5th, 8:30, 36th District Court, Judge Jakay. Understood?
Yes.
Waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty as the bond from the people.
Your Honor, this is a reissued matter. I did send a copy of the photographs of Ms. Harris to not only Mr. Reagan, but as well to the court. The original bond was $100,000 personal, tether work only. The case was dismissed at exam on December 2nd of '24, and now it has been reissued. This case allegedly occurred on May 26th of last year. The complainant in this matter is his wife. It was signed in July. When that occurred, there was another warrant issued on July 20th of 24. That was signed in December. That matter also was dismissed on December 2nd of 24 for complainant failure to appear at exam. The people are requesting the same bond, and the reason I'm saying this, and the reason I sent the photographs, is because of the severity of the injuries to the complainant. The court can see swelling and bruising all over her body, her face, both eyes swollen and bruised. Allegedly, a shotgun was put to her head. And the other matter that was also dismissed, a gun was also used and a warrant was executed and a shotgun was found. So I'm asking for the same bond with the tether because I believe this is a pattern. It shows to be, the allegations show to be a pattern. And now that it's reissued, that we would like, the people believe that would keep the complainant safe in this matter, Your Honor, because of the severity of the injuries and the fact that he prevented her. I don't know if they've separated completely at this point, so I'm asking for as well all the same conditions of no contact with the, like I said, the 100,000 with the tether. Thank you.
Response, including employment status, Mr. Reagan.
Judge, Ms. Paul is correct, Judge. This was a reissued case dismissed in December. Complainant and defendant are husband and wife. They are living together now as of after December. You know, this was reissued, I guess, a month later, 30 days later in January. I did explain to him, even though they are living together, he will have to leave, and he's going to have to go stay somewhere else because this case is reissued. You know, I don't know what the situation is, Judge, or was. I just know that, you know, they're on good terms living together now, but I told him he would have to leave. He is working at Atlas Plumbing, Judge. He works every day. They have 3 children. I am asking for the $100,000 personal bond as well. I don't think the tether's necessary because if you tell him to have no contact, you know, I think he can abide by that, Judge. I explained to him he is going to have to do that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts because this case is going to be pending. I don't think there's a copious history. There's no prior criminal convictions to my knowledge, Judge. So therefore I'm just asking for the personal no contact until this matter can get worked out to see what happens at the next stage. Thank you.
Permission to speak?
No permission, no speaking. No.
Okay.
You can, but that's your counsel giving you some advice, sir.
Okay. I just was thinking my voluntary surrender from last week. I tried to voluntary surrender last week, but I was denied from the court.
Okay, you were what?
I tried to voluntary surrender last week through another attorney, Ms. Vanessa Hamilton, but the courts told her that because of some case that the courts were deadlocked at Judge Aaliyah Sabri's office. So I will either have to come to the detention center at 5 a.m., but I'm unable to do that, or wait for them to get this coming.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. And I appreciate taking into consideration what you're saying. My concerns do not lie in any capious history. I don't have any reason to believe you wouldn't come to court. I haven't seen that otherwise. You've come to court. Apparently this matter was dismissed and now it has been reissued. I'm unaware of any assaultive allegations or assaultive convictions in the past or capious history. Where my concerns lie, Mr. Harris, are the nature of these allegations, the charges and the pictures provided by the people, which support the investigators' report. It's alleged that you assaulted this young lady several times with closed fists. And I see the pictures, which is swelling, bruising all over the body, face, head bruise. It's alleged that while you were assaulting her, the complaining witness says she blacked out. It's further alleged that she observed you putting plastic wrap on the ground and then grabbing a shotgun and putting it to her head. These are allegations which I find extremely concerning. Just allegations, but those allegations coupled with the number of pictures sent by the APA that I've observed that show obvious signs of trauma and bruising, concerning all over this complaining witness's body. I'm not saying this was anything caused by you, but it's something I consider, and I do see the pictures and have concerns not only regarding her safety, given the assault, given the allegations of plastic wrap and taking a shotgun and putting it to the complainant's head. And so for those reasons, I'm going to follow the people's recommendation. I find that that was a good bond. I'm unaware that you've had any history with this complaining witness since that bond was in place. And so I'm comfortable continuing the initial bond that was set in place as it asked for by the people of a $100,000 personal bond with the following conditions. During this bond, there's no use of any alcohol, no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. During this bond, you're not to go back to the Atkinson Street in the city of Detroit, and no contact with Ms. Harris, the complaining witness. That's no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third party at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with the complaining witness. And to ensure that no contact and her safety, prior to being released, you will be fit with a GPS tether. That will place you under house arrest, but you will have work release upon proof of employment to the tether unit. If you can leave for court ordered, medical, or work release upon proof of employment to the tether unit. If otherwise, if you go anywhere near that Atkinson address or Ms. Harris, that's a violation of the court's bond, subject to get you picked up without a warrant, have your bond conditions forfeited and or revoked. You're getting a personal bond with those conditions. Do you have any questions on your court dates or bond conditions, Mr. Harris?
No.
Okay, good
Your
luck.
Honor, I do have a
Yep.
question, Your Honor.
I'll take Mr. Harris. Yep, go ahead.
Excuse me. The question is, that second GBH warrant was reissued and signed. Why isn't here today and he's being arraigned on it? So it could all move forward.
I don't know. Do we? Madam Clerk, do you want to call back to the criminal division? Get your hands down by your side, Mr. Harris.
My apologies.
Oh, you're fine. Brandon Harris.
Total is that's it.
All right. APA, Madam Clerk's looking into it.
Okay, I have the case number if that helps, but,
Please.
all right, but it's okay. Thank
Go
you.
ahead. No, give the case number. Maybe it'll help. Go ahead.
All right, 55010.
One moment.
I think that's the new one. Yes, that's the new case number, because that was a reissue as well.
When was it signed?
Hold on.
Same date as this
I
case.
think, yeah, I think so. I think they were both signed on the 2nd. Let me go. Yes,
Yeah. We're gonna look into it. If it was signed like late today, I'm not inclined to put things on past cutoffs, but if this was back in January, Madam Clerk's looking into it. Mr. Harris, it looks like you have an additional matter. We're looking into it, see if we can call it today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Judge, just to, hold on, Mr. Harris, I do want to say hold on. And Judge, and I do understand the court's position in issuing the tether based on if this was a brand new case from May, Judge, I probably wouldn't even blink twice at a tether, but because of the things that have happened and transpired throughout the last 6 months where it's been dismissed, they're back together, they were living together as of last month. I don't think that, he's necessarily a threat to her because Judge, there haven't been any other assault in history. So I just wanted to make a record of that.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. And my record's been made as well for the reasons for the tether. And we'll recall it. I'll let you know when we hear about the second case. All right. They're bringing it, it looks like, Mr. Reagan and APA Carl. So DDC, if you could keep Mr. Harris close, we have one more case for him. Sir, what's your name?
Joshua Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Pullman. Good afternoon, sir. You're here on case 240-58558, People State of Michigan, where it's Joshua Grady Pullen appearances. Oh, this is an AG. It's an AG
I do
case.
believe it's an AG case, so I will not be appearing. Thank you.
Philip Reagan on behalf of Mr. Pullen will waive the formal written stand meeting to advise of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. For wait formal reading and plea of not guilty. I'm scheduling 2 court dates, Mr. Pullen. You must attend both probable cause in person. Across the street. February 19th, 9 a.m. Judge Edwards, you have a right to a preliminary examination February 26th, 8:30, Judge Taylor. Understood, Mr. Pullen?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty, please enter it on your behalf as the bond from the people.
Judge, I'm asking for a personal bond. My client is working, Judge, but he does not make enough at this time to pay the arrears, Your Honor. So I'm asking the court to deviate outside of the 25% requirement for good cause based on that. He has 5 kids, Judge. He lives in the Metro Detroit area. He's not a flight risk, no criminal history. So I'm asking the court to deviate based on his inability to pay the arrears at this time.
Thank you. Mr. Pullen, this is a non-assaultive allegation. It is extremely serious. I've reviewed the investigator's report. I'm unaware of any assaultive history or capias for those reasons. But as stated by counsel, the court is statutorily obligated to set bond at least 25% of the alleged arrearages, currently alleging at this point $8,856.47. Having found good cause based on the nature of the charge, the date, lack of history, court is going to set bond as recommended by your counsel, $5,000 personal bond. Mr. Pullen, during this bond, there is no use of any alcohol, no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, no weapons. You'll have a personal bond. Make sure and show up, sir. Do you have any questions on your court dates or bond conditions?
No, I do not.
Good luck, Mr. Pullen.
Down there, my sign for you. So we don't appoint a counsel because the defender's office, so we don't sign on for, so we don't sign. But it's a culprit, so who's the next one?
DDC, I think we got Price left, and then we're gonna bring one more for Harris.
Judge, I think Price has been released. It's my understanding.
Okay, DDC, do you have Chauncey Price? DDC, do you have a Chauncey Price in custody?
That person is gone.
Okay, thank you. So we'll need Mr. Harris. We're just prepping the file, Brandon Harris, and that will be the last one we have so far.
Yes, Your Honor. Do you want him now?
Just if you can put him in front of the camera, as soon as the file's brought in, we're gonna handle it. So he can sit there in front of the camera for us, if that's where you want him.
Yes, sir. Ms. Davis?
Thank you. Mr. Reagan, did you need a chance to go back into a breakout room with Mr. Harris?
If I
Well,
could, just for like 10
Yeah.
seconds.
So, Mr. Harris, what I'm gonna do is put you back into a breakout room with your counsel, Mr. Reagan. Talk to him. He'll advise you, answer whatever questions. Once you're finished, we'll proceed with the other case that you have once we have the file. Okay, sir?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna put you in a private breakout room. Again, take your time. Thank you, Mr. Reagan. One moment. So they're prepping the file, counsel, and Mr. Harris, just give us a moment and then, we'll proceed as soon as we get the file. Madam Clerk's talking to the criminal division right now. Thank you for your patience.
He said that when they get my file.
Okay.
Hey, Officer Green.
Commissioner Perry, any word?
No, my clerk just went back there to grab the file, so she should be back in a couple minutes. I thank you for your patience. I apologize about
Okay.
that. This was brought up to us last minute, so we just got Harris left. She left out the courtroom, 2 minutes ago. I expect her back in the next couple minutes.
Copy that, stand by.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Officer Green. If you could bring Mr. Harris, please. And thank you, APA Coil, bring that to our attention.
No problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You want to write down the case number stuff. Answer the questions. Go ahead.
Yes, this is case number 25055010. People of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Marcus Franklin Harris, also known as Brandon Franklin Harris and Brandon Marcus Franklin Harris.
Good afternoon, Lisa
Appearances-
Coyle. Good afternoon, Lisa Coyle, appearing on behalf of the people.
And for the defense.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please the court, Philip Reagan on behalf of Brandon Harris, waive the reading, advised of his rights.
Having waived the formal reading and been advised of his rights, the court will enter a plea of not guilty for the defendant. Mr. Harris, you have two court dates, sir. The first date is a probable cause conference. It's scheduled for January the 29th. That's a virtual hearing by Zoom before Judge Sean Jacquet. Then you have a right to a preliminary examination. That's scheduled for February the 5th. Both of those will be at 8:30. However, you will have to appear in person for the preliminary examination on February the 5th. Do you understand those court dates, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Esteban.
Your Honor, the people are requesting the same bond. This also was a reissue, as I had stated previously. The bond originally was $100,000 personal with the tether work only. I'm asking for the same bond conditions to be imposed. And of course, again, there was a shotgun allegedly used and pointed at the complainant, and so a shotgun was recovered and a search warrant 3 days later. I'm asking for also the condition of no weapons.
Ms. Cole, I do have a question. Now, as it relates to the order of these cases, I know that Magistrate Clerk just set a bond for another matter. What was the date of that?
The date of
offense?
this is the first events that we already arraigned Mr. Harris on was on May 26th of 24. This offense, which is the great bodily harm offense, was July 20th of 24.
Okay. And how did he come into custody?
That be Mr. Reagan. I do not know.
Okay, Mr. Reagan?
He was he had been working, I guess, with NDS. Case got dismissed. Both cases got dismissed December 2nd. So I guess when he found out they had an outstanding warrant, he was in contact with them. He said he tried to turn himself in, but that didn't work out. And so he was arrested at work today, Judge. He was arrested at work today.
Okay. And what's your position as it relates to the bond? The people are requesting $100,000 personal bond.
I don't have an objection to that. He got a tether on the other case, so I don't know if it's necessary for a tether on this one. I think they're kind of going to be on the same date together. Both have the same date. Both have the same exam date. With times, I think that they're kind of keeping these together. So since he has a tether on the one case, I would just ask for the personal bond without the tether on this case, Judge.
Okay. So he won't necessarily have two tethers. It was two cases, but it would only be one tether. So I am going to impose a condition for tether on this file as well. So the court will set the bond at $100,000 personal with tether and the following conditions. Harris, sir, you are not to possess or purchase a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and sir, you should not have any contact directly or indirectly or cause any third party to have any contact with Alexis Harris. You understand that?
Yes.
You are also not to enter 26 Atkinson in Detroit, Michigan. Sir, you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Mr. Reagan, you did indicate that Mr. Harris was working.
That's correct, Judge, at Atlas Plumbing.
And okay, and so what kind of hours
And
does he
Mr.
have?
Hours do you work? Are they flexible? What are your work hours?
I work anywhere from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and never exceeds 7 p.m.
Okay, so with respect to the time frame or the curfew regarding the tether, sir, you'll be required to be at home between the hours of 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. That will give you enough time to get out to work and to get home from work. You understand that?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. And overall, do you understand the conditions that have been imposed by the court?
Yes.
Any issue with respect to your court date? Dates?
No.
And what are they?
They are January 29th and my exam is February 5th, I believe.
Yes. All right, good. Is there anything else from either the prosecution or the defense?
No.
Nothing further, thank you.
I just had one question. Well, you talked
Yes.
the shotgun, I know we have two separate dates, May 26th and July 20th. Was it a shotgun involved in both of the dates? I only have one of the.
Yes, yes, the shotgun
Yes.
was on both dates. The search warrant was on the second one in July. And just for the record, I'm only asking for a person on this case because it was granted before and the cases were re-signed. And there's been no further action amongst the parties, I should say, bad action amongst the parties at this point. I'm just making that clear for the record as to why my
Okay.
bond recommendation.
Are you clear now, Mr. Reagan?
I'm sorry.
I
Oh, yeah.
said, is everything clear now?
Oh, yeah, I was just wondering because I see that on one of these it says no weapons was recovered. But I'm just trying, is it this, I don't have the second write-up, so is it kind of the same exact thing that happened in July that happened?
No.
'Cause I
The first one, there was, she went to the police the next day.
Yeah.
And then the second one, 3 days later, they executed. You're very well.
Anything further?
Not from the
Nothing.
bench.
Okay. All right, Mr. Harris, and have a great day.
Thank you.
DDC, thank you for your accommodations as always. Any males or females you're aware of at 48 hours that cannot wait till tomorrow morning?
No, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. Have a good evening and be safe. Everyone as well. Be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
Thank
Governor.
you,
Thank
Mr. Reagan,
you, DDC.
Mr.
Thank you, everybody.
Mr.
Bye.
Reagan. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.